people who started this whole thing with the GAL and the Asia and the LMI catalog is the people that came before, the luthiers that came before me in like the 70s, 80s, and 90s got together and shared information amongst themselves, and that pushed the craft from like, you know, the used to be handmade instruments weren't considered viable. They were, you know, they were less than factory instruments, and is now because of them and them pushing each other to improve the craft, I think that's flip-flopped. So, you know, now I'm coming along and I'm stepping into this kind of world of, you know, probably the best handmade instruments. That's, you know, subjective and arguable, but the level of the craft, like right out of the gate, is pretty spectacular for, you know, across the board for acoustic instrument makers these days. So I guess that's what I mean by standing on the shoulders of giants, is like they've just elevated the craft to something that it wasn't before, and also made the information on how to do that available to a lot of people. And me in particular, I learned directly from one of them, and looking at my instruments, it's like it's very clear that I'm just doing kind of my version of his instruments. So for me, it's a little more direct than most, but I think we're all doing it. Those moments where something breaks loose and kind of limps you along till the next time that happens is I don't know if I was getting paid at Tom's yet or not, but early on working, it was probably like 3 years in to working for Tom. And I had been living on, you know, I moved up here and put all my stuff in storage and rented a room from some, you know, a stranger in Santa Rosa, and was living off savings and making it to the point where like I'm going to have to get a job in the next like 2 months. But I went up to the Connor guitar show with Tom, and he let me put one of my guitars on the table, and Bruce Sexauer just stopped and we started talking, and he's like, how much is this? And then just like, I'm going to buy it. And just straight up bought my guitar off the table, and that was like the thing that broke loose and got me to the next time that happened. I think there are a lot of people that music is a passion, and you know, in their younger years, and maybe even, you know, went to school for it or whatever, but realized it wasn't a viable career path for them, and then maybe chased a career based on money, and now they're at a point where they were ready to revisit music as, you know, seriously again, as like, you know, a meditation or whatever, you know. And I feel like a majority of the people I'm interacting with are kind of in that camp, you know, good musicians but not professional. Sean McGowan is like the dude. Like, he's, in terms of, I think he's kind of like he's an incredible musician, and also, you asked earlier about doing something that's different. I don't know that he's like doing something radically new, but he's definitely got his own thing, like a fingerstyle acoustic jazz guitar. No, I mean, I'm not, I don't have a ton of opinions, and if I have them, they're just that, so I'm happy to share my thoughts if people ask for them, but I'm not somebody who's gonna force something on you unsolicited, so I appreciate your curiosity and kind of guiding the conversation.